Dear Lady Love TV.
Magandang araw. Narito pong muli ang pagpapatuloy ng ating kwentong pinamagatang Tadhana, Mukha ng Pag-ibig. Tunghayan na po natin ang 10 bahagi. Kian looked at me with an impassive gaze. He opened his mouth and closed it, unsure of what to say to the words I just blurted out. My God, Trixie, asyumera ka ng taon. I felt guilty and stupid. But mostly stupid. I think my horror-stricken face said it all for him. I'm sorry. It just spilled out of my mouth. I wanted the ground to swallow me whole. Nakakahiya. He frowned and measured my expression, trying to read me. I wish he wouldn't, but I now know that he was good at reading me. Oh my God, nagmukha pa yata ako nag-i-impose nang mag-propose siya sa akin. I was mortified. Do you want me to? He asked me. Trixie, bumalik ka sa beach. Madaming buhangin doon. Baka pwede mong ilubog yung sarili mo. No. I shook my head violently. Tinaasan niya ako ng kilay but he looked like he was still lost for words. I couldn't blame him. Any guy might probably run away pag nag-assume yung girlfriend nilang nag-propose siya. So, you don't want me to ask you to marry me? He narrowed his eyes at me. Mas lalong no. I want nothing more than to have him for the rest of my life. Pero ayoko naman na sa akin pa magagaling yon at magmukhang pinipressure ko pa siya. I'm so embarrassed right now. I wanted to run away. Well, the Trixie that I lost during that missing 9 months was definitely back. Para ipahiya yung sarili ko as always. Don't you think it's too soon? I mean, I don't think we're ready for that. And besides, this is your first relationship and I may not even be your last girlfriend. Who knows, right? I'm blubbing. I'm sorry. Poor stupid things na yung lumalabas sa bibig ko. I can stop and I just ruined our vibes. I screamed and panicked. It was all coming out of me like I have absolutely no control. Na parang sumusuka na lang ako ng katangahan with that I was saying. Wait, are you going to break up with me? He asked and mas lalo akong nagmukhang alarm. Of course not. Sinagot ko agad, almost screaming at him. Parang pinapamigay mo na ako eh. He looked slightly upset at naglakad na siya papunta sa living room and I followed him. My God, Trixie, ano ba? He sat on the couch at tinabihan ko siya. He wanted to talk about this and I felt should explain. Pero gusto ko talagang mamatay na sa pinagsasasabi ko. No love, I mean you might someday change your mind. Ayoko naman na tinatanggalan kita ng options mo. I mean ang daming babae. If I'm not your last girlfriend, basta, you have options. Please don't be mad at me. Everything I was saying was breaking my heart. Nag-iisip ka ba, Trixie? This is not explaining. And he definitely looked like ayaw na niya yung pinagsasabi ko. I just had him back tapos I looked like I was already giving him away. Ano kaya? Mag-propose. But he might think I was really going insane. He took my hand kahit mukha siyang naaanoy sa akin for a while. Trixie, you're not an option for me na pwede ko na lang hindi piliin someday. You never were. He looked dead serious. You've always been the only choice, and my only choice. Nararamdaman mo naman, diba, how much I love you? You're always going to be the exemption from all those imaginary girls you've been saying. I've already said this to you many times, but I don't think kasama to sa mga natatandaan mo right now. But I already get tired of repeating it over and over again. Dahil totoong-totoo to. I love you so much. If I had known you sooner, I would have hopelessly followed you everywhere and tried my everything to sweep you off your feet, to make you fall in love with me. If I had known there's someone out there that will make me feel this way, matagal na kitang hinanap. If you think or remember na ikaw yung patay na patay sa akin just because you believe that I can get any girl I want, you're wrong. Ako yung patay na patay sa'yo. You're the only girl I have wanted and would ever want. I'm not the ones you chased. I chased you. And I am more than willing to do that for the rest of my life. He said it with all the conviction and sincerity that he was. Stupid lang talaga ako. Hindi ko naaalala that fucking asked me to wait for him and he even admitted that he worst waiting for us to happen at me. If hindi ako maniniwala na ganito niya ako kamahal, ang tanga ko talaga. I was just stuck dun sa delusion ko that it didn't make sense for him to like me, to love me like this.
I recalled that particular past memory I had back when I was trying to find the logic between the two of us. But everything he said resounded with truth. His feelings for me, and I felt the same way. I'm sorry, love. I'm stupid. Naniniwala ako sa'yo. I don't know why I said those things. I think nagulat lang ako at what I blurted out for what I assumed. Alam mo naman that I have the knack for looking stupid and awkward in front of you. Natataranta ako, and I just ended up finding the lamest explanation for an embarrassing assumption. Maiiyak pa yata ako. I'm so sorry. Hindi kita ipinamimigay. Kahit kailan hindi. And everything you said, ganun din kita kamahal. I may not have chased you the way you did with me, but I'll make sure you would never need to do it. Ever. I said desperately. Desperately. That's how I always love him. I couldn't believe anyone can feel this passionately about someone. This was more than love. Kahit nabitin yung naalala ko, it was that what I felt about him. And siya din. Diyos ko, Trixie, pinaisip mo pa sa kanya that you can let him go. Just thinking about it kills me. I more than love you, Kian. What I'm feeling for you is absolutely more than the love I felt. I hope that makes sense. I told him and I hugged him tight. No, hindi ko siya papakawalan. He took my face in both hands and kissed me. If I thought this conversation would kill what we were doing a while ago before I ruined it, I was wrong. Our need for each other just intensified. I woke up to Kian stroking my naked back as I was entangled in his arms and legs. I can feel na palagi akong gumigising ng ganito in his arms and hinihimas niya yung likod ko. I smiled at the thought. Good morning, I gazed at him. Waking up with Kian beside me is my heaven. Yun. Tinulugan mo na naman ako kagabi. Biniro niya ako with his teasing smile. Well, totoo naman. He kissed my forehead. I did, and I ever improve on that. I smiled guiltily. Yun yung una niyang hinihirit sa akin when we first had sex as an official couple. Na tinutulugan ko siya. Hindi ko alam if ganun din ako sa mga susunod pa namin kasi unfortunately, hindi ko pa naaalala yon because of the accident. Depende. He smiled through his answer. Depende saan. Kung gaano kita pinagod. His voice dripping with amusement. I rolled my eyes. Show off. Natawa siya pero that is probably so true. After having breakfast, bumalik na kami sa beach to enjoy the morning sun. I was sunbathing sa lounge chair and siya naka-lunch din pero sa may shade. Ayaw daw niyang umiti masyado. Just watching me. Then my phone rang. It was my mom. Hi ma, I answered. Oh my God, Kian's mom told me. You're with him na daw? But you still don't remember him? But you're finally together. On a vacation? How did it happen? Tuloy-tuloy na yan sinasabi at tinatanong while sobrang excited. Wait, she talks to Kian's mom? Nagulat ako. Pero baka the accident brought them all together. Support system, ganun? Tell me everything, she demanded. My mom can really be overbearing pero I guess she was just excited. Happy naman ako na ganun niya kagusto si Kian. I hope I can soon remember the moment I introduced him to my family. I got up and tumabi ako kay Kian who had sat up and hugged me from behind and kissed my shoulder. Well ma, I got curious dahil kay Leia. She talks about, di ba? So naisip ko sino ba yung kausap niya palagi tungkol sa akin. Shorter version of everything, hinanap ko si Kian. Din umiyak at nagmamakaawa ako sa kanya to tell me the truth. I narrated. I tried to make it sound like what I did wasn't too dramatic. Oh God, Trixie, tinaranta mo si Kian ng ganun. Wow, my mom really likes him. Yeah, I felt guilty afterwards. I can feel Kian rolling his eyes sa likod ko at what I said, as if alam niya na kung anong sinasabi ng mami ko sa akin. As you should, you could have gotten a seizure. Sana hindi niya na ako sinermonan pa. Yeah, he told me. Pero weakness ka naman talaga niyang batang yan. I can almost hear her smile through her words. Okay, buti na lang walang sermon. I already knew how dangerous it was for me. I remember now ma, but only up to the point that we were here. Nung una kaming pumunta dito, I excitedly told her. Wow, really? As in you remembered from the point na nakalimutan mo? And up to that point nakasama mo na siya dati dyan? She repeated but was suddenly worried. Wait anak, are you okay? Are you feeling anything from the memory rush? If you feel nauseous or kahit sumasakit yung ulo mo, sasabihin mo kay Kian ha? Yes, and I'm okay ma'am. Don't worry. Overwhelming yung madaming memories na bumabalik but I'm okay. I'm great actually. I assured you. Where's here pala? Isa told me na nasa Batangas kayo. She asked. Oo nga pala, hindi mo lang ako nagsabi na nagbabakasyon kami. Well, I wasn't even able to tell her that I found out I have a boyfriend, but apparently, his mom already told my mom. His mom's name is Isa. It sounded like she's pretty. Well, hello, halata naman sa itsura ni Kian. We're in a resort in Batangas which his friends own. Dito ko siya sinagot and being with him here helped me remember. I smiled. Humalik si Kian sa bato ko and sa lieg ko. Oh God, don't distract me this way. Nawawala ko sa isip ko. His kisses sent shivers down to my whole body. So, ayun lang yung natatandaan mo? Yes, and it's enough, I said. She laughed a little. Naku anak, wala pa yata yan sa kalahati. But I'm really happy na you're together, finally. And some of your memories came back. I'll remember everything soon, ma. Okay? Gumagapang na yung mga halik ni Kian and I swear malapit na kaming i-report ng mga ibang guest dito. But again, I don't think any one of us cared and it might also help na kaibigan niya yung may-ari ng hotel. I'm sure but huwag ka nang sumugod kung saan-saan ha. Enjoy your vacation. Mag-ingat kayo. Tell Kian hi. Okay ma, I will. Bye. It was all could say because Kian was so distracting. My mom says hi. She really likes you, no? Humarap ako kay Kian. He looks smug. Before he can kiss me, naalala ko may tinatanong ako sa kanya. So I pushed his chest lightly. Wait, Attorney Romero. Bago mo tuloy yung paglalandi mong napaka-distracting, our moms talk to each other? Asked him. Yeah, they know each other. He shrugged like it was the most normal thing in the world. Well, baka nga. Sabi nga ng nanay ko, wala pa sa kalahati ng mga nangyayari sa akin yung naaalala ko. When did it happen? I asked. I'll let you remember that on your own. He said inhinlikan na naman niya ako and pulled me para mahiga sa lounge chair and he was propped up on his side but continued kissing me. On this could definitely get us into trouble. Siguro makakailang report na sa amin yung mga nandito. I can only hope there's not much kids around us. I melted into our kiss. The 6-day vacation was exactly what Kian and I needed. I felt really good and relaxed when we got back to Manila on Sunday. Naabutan ko si Leia and Max sa unit having wine night. Wow, kala ko hindi na kayo uuwi. Leia smiled and kumuha din ako ng wine glass sa kitchen after iwan yung luggage ko sa kwarto ko. Asan si attorney? Miss ko na siya. Max asked looking for Kian. I'm sure Leia already told Max all about the drama I did to Kian nang hinanap ko siya. Max probably found that so entertaining. Making some calls sa unit niya. Work stuff. Pupunta na siya dito in a while. I said with a smile. Grabe pala ng pagganda pag nadidiligan ng 6 na araw. Masyadong blooming. Binibiro ako ni Max nung tumabi ako sa kanya sa couch. Umihirap lang ako pero namula over it. Hindi ko maidideny eh. I poured myself wine. There's another reason why I'm happy. I told them. Nagtinginan na lang yung dalawa. Alam ba nila? I remembered a lot. I continued before they can ask anything. Lumaki yung mata ni Leia pero parang maiiyak na siya anytime soon sa balita ko. She knew how much I was struggling with trying to remember something significant. Napapalakpak naman si Max sa bibig niya. Wait, how much is a lot? Max asked. From the start of what I forgot up to the point na sinagot ko si Kian sa Batangas. And while we were there noon, iba talaga nagagawa ng sex. Tumawa si Max. Baliw, we weren't doing it nung nakaalala ko. Super weird noon if it happened that way. It was more like papunta pa lang kami dun sa point na yon. I filled them in kung anong nangyari sa lahat. I also remember na ang dami kong tinago sa kanila while I was still denying my feelings for Kian and yung ibang moments na nangyari sa amin noon. So better if I tell them everything kahit yung katangahan kong sinabi kay Kian as soon as I remembered all the memories. I can't believe na asyumera ako ng taon. And those stupid things that came out of my mouth. Girl, I think natatandaan mo na naman ngayon na medyo nakakahiya ka nga talaga sa kanya. Natatawang sabi ni Leia. Yeah, I know. It all came back to me. And all the feelings. It was so overwhelming. Well, di ba you told Leia that you felt like you're losing yourself? So, this is good. I would like to officially welcome you back, Mars. The Trixie na palaging pinapahiya yung sarili niya sa harap ng prop na hindi pa niya boyfriend doon. Max hugged me sideways. The timing was perfect. Saktong pinahiya ko na naman yung sarili ko. I wasted no time at all. Sabi nga ni Max, welcome back, Mars. Leia raised her glass at me. Nagkwentuhan pa kami about our getaway. Tawa sila ng tawa dun sa fact na may nagrereklamo pa nga ng mga PDA namin ni Kian everywhere. Well, I can say it wasn't unexpected. Mas nakakagulat nga na dun pa sa pangatlong araw namin na may nagreklamo. I guess di na sila nun nakatiis. Kian had to tell them na we're newlyweds on a honeymoon when he apologized to the old couple. By the way, Kian bought me a car. What the hell? You should have opened with that one, Max said. Yeah, kasi mas importante pa yung kotse kesa sa memories ko, no? I said sarcastically. Hay, may point ka doon, Leia. Pero we're not going to ruin anything for you. But he pursed his lips as he passed a look at Leia. Okay, what was that about? Should I be worried for the next wave of memories I might remember? Ryan was with Kian when he bought that car for you. It's been parked downstairs for weeks already, Leia said. I frowned. So, he bought it bago ko pa siya ginulo ay nakilala ulit. Did he somehow know na nangyari yon? So, ano yung kotse mo? Max excitedly asked. A white Lexus SUV. Okay, I officially want an attorney. Pakilala niyo ko sa prof niyong bakla. Preferably kasing gwapo ni Kian. Just in time, Kian already arrived. Naka-shower na and he joined us for wine and kwentuhan. He slept over in our unit again. The following day, halos ipagtulakan ko na siya na pumasok kasi he mentioned he's supposed to meet with a client kasama ng mami niya. I said na may mga gagawin din ako for Attorney Suarez so we'll both be busy anyway. Hello Trixie, I'm sorry but I will need some pleading filed today. Is that okay? Attorney Suarez asked me when he called me as soon as Kian left for the office to meet with his mom first. Of course, attorney. Can you meet our paralegal Mika sa lobby dito sa office? I'll text you the address and her number. She's going with you since she also be filing pleadings for the other associates. Mika, I remember her. Ang saya sa feeling na natatandaan ko na yung iba sa kanila. And of course, I remember their office. Sure, sir. Do you need anything else? He sounded really busy. I kind of felt bad. I left him without an assistant for a week dahil magkasama kaming nagbabakasyon ni Kian. Revisions lang sa contracts. I sent it to your email. But pwedeng tomorrow na yon. Thank you, Trixie. Welcome, sir. I'll let you know once ma-file na lahat. Okay, excited na ako. Hi, Mika. I greeted her a little too enthusiastically pagdating ko sa firm lobby. Hi, Trixie, you remember me? She looked surprised. And hindi naman ako nagulat na alam niya. Maybe may accident reached them through Kian. Yeah, a little. I now remembered I interned here. But yun lang and some things before that, I said. Hindi ko alam if she has an idea about me and Kian being together, so better if I just keep it simple. I brought a car, I said in a case we need it. No, leave it here na lang. We'll use the company car and driver para sa easier for us. Mahirap maghanap ng parking doon. We did a little catching up, but mostly tungkol sa ibang magkakasabay ko na internship. Kasi sa totoo lang, yun lang din yung naalala ko. Nagpunta kasi agad kami ni Kian sa Batangas on my second day so wala na akong masyadong natatandaan about them. Except na I thought mababait sila at masaya sila kasama. I don't think then na it was a trigger but Mika seemed aware that she has to be careful with what she tells me. I texted Kian kasi sa sobrang excited ko at nagmamadali. I forgot to tell him kung anong gagawin ko for the day. Pagdating namin, Mika guided me on everything that he was to be done. Then, she let me do it independently. I waited for her na matapos and checked my phone. No reply yet from Kian. I guess seryoso yung meeting so hindi muna ako nag-text ulit. Mika, sorry but can we go around before we leave? I'm really curious. But that is if okay lang sa'yo. Baka kasi you need to go back already sa office. I asked while smiling at her. Kita niya yung excitement sa mukha nito. Sure, wala naman akong gagawin for the day. Maybe we can sneak inside 1 or 2 hearings para makapanood ka na din. She answered, then she led me around as if touring me. Oh my God, I can't wait to do this eventually. I breathed in, busy yung court. There are hearings going on, lawyers discussing with their clients, judges walking around and clerks hurrying with stacks of papers. I really want to see Kian in court. I should ask him to take me with him someday if may court appearance siya. As soon as I sent my reply, napalingon ako where Mika was peeping in. Napabukas kasi yung isang courtroom door when somebody walked out and the hearing was ongoing and mukhang intense. I got a very strange feeling about it. Hinila ko si Mika inside bago sumara yung pinto so we can watch the trial. I turned my phone to silent mode nang makita ko na tumatawag si Kian. Buti na unahan ko bago pa tumunog na matagal. Then I felt everything happen in slow motion. As soon as I placed my phone in my bag, I looked at the front of the court. The woman on the stand found my eyes, as if I called her name to look at me. The strange uneasy feeling ran to the pit of my stomach as I stared into her chilling glare. Then she slowly smiled viciously at me. It felt as if she just threw a barrage of malicious intent at me. Sumakit yung dibdib ko. I knew that evil look. I could feel it. I felt traumatized by it. I wanted to throw up. The room started to spin and I can feel my head started to throb as if it was being cracked open. I turned around and grabbed Mika's arm to exit the courtroom. I held onto my head. I heard Mika's terrified voice call out my name as I collapsed on the floor, remembering only the murderous look the woman gave me as I blacked out from the plane and the pain in my head. Faces. They were all familiar. Everyone we loved was there. It was weird dreaming this all over again, but now with people showing their faces. Not like my other dream where everyone was faceless. I looked down at what I'm wearing and touched the intricate patterns and vintage beads in my left hand. It was now even clearer. I held my hand up and huge ring glittered reflecting the lantern lights above everyone. I opened my eyes and adjusted to the light. Love? He said more softly and finally I saw his face. He wore a small smile for me but his eyes was filled with concern. Kian, ano nangyari? I felt disoriented. Yung parang kagigising lang sa mahabang tulog or sa sobrang konti pagkatapos magpuyat. Love, you had another seizure this morning. Kian touched my face with his free and affectionate hand. Parang iiyak na siya. He looked like he did cry. Babe, I need to call your doctor. I love you. He kissed my forehead. Love, wait. I didn't let go of his hand. I remember everything. Naalala ko na lahat and it triggered the seizure and I collapsed. Kasi it all came back to me. My remaining memories. Because of Regina's murderous stare. As in everything. He looked relieved but in pain at the same time. Hindi ko pa siya mabasa ng maayos kasi I'm just starting to process everything. Yes, everything. It triggered the seizure. That I'm sure of. Okay, let's talk later. I need to get your doctors first. He kissed my lips this time. After running a series of tests, my doctor insisted that I stay at the hospital for 2 more days, just to be sure. But I was most probably out of danger already given na naalala ko na lahat. I didn't have the chance to talk to Kian kasi andun din pamilya ko with Leia, Max and Ryan. Dumaan din yung family ni Kian. I was relieved that I remembered them already. His mom was fussing over me with my mom. I'm so happy that I can finally visit you. Tita Isa smiled at me lovingly. Feeling ko pinagsabihan silang lahat ng doktor ko or ni Kian na wag munang magtanong sa akin ng kung ano-ano. No one even asked what happened. All of them were just happy na bumalik na yung mga alala ko and that was out of danger from trying to remember everything. Well, mas lalo na ko kahit na si Regina pa pala yung naging trigger ko. Ngayon, alam mo na kung bakit walang girlfriend yung kapatid ko. Bulong ni Carlos sa akin pero narinig ni Kian at sinemangutan yung kuya niya. Actually, it was more than simangot. Sobrang sama ng tingin niya sa kuya niya kahit alam niyang nagbibiro lang si Carlo. Hinitian ko na lamang siya para bumawi sa reaksyon ni Kian na mas stress pa kaysa sa akin. Of course, it was Kian who stayed overnight para magbantay sa akin. Love, where's my ring? I asked him paglabas niya ng bathroom after maligo. My amnesia self would have marveled that I will soon be marrying Kian. But I was myself again. So it was a fact that we both knew was going to happen to us. Kami na lang dalawa nung nasa ospital. Since late na din yung mga visitors needed to leave already. About that, he trailed off. Oh my God, did you sell it? No. Why would I do that? Napakunot naman yung noo niya. I swear he is too tense today. He was almost brooding the whole time na may bisita ako which no way near distracted me because syempre hindi ko mapigilan yung sarili kong hanapin siya. It's with mom. I kept looking at it every night before so I had to give it to her to keep my sanity. She forgot to bring it today kasi nagmamadali silang pumunta dito when they learned na nagising ka na and you can remember them. He explained. I'll ask her to bring it tomorrow. Babe, do you want to talk about what happened to me? I carefully asked him, testing if stress pa siya lalo. I already know. Mika told me everything. His jaw tensed when he sat down sa armchair sa tabi ng hospital bed ko. What did she say? I narrowed my eyes, studying him. This is so unlike on him. Usually, he can't wait na himayin ko yung mga sinasabi ko or reactions ko. But now, he looks like he doesn't want to talk about it. Well, after ba naman ang mangyari sa amin sa engagement party, diba? That you collapsed coming from the courtroom. Mukha ka daw nahihilo when you pulled her out of there. She didn't know what it was the onset of your seizure. He licked his lips. Regina looked at me as if she knew I was there. And the way she stared at me, it was so full of malice. I told him as I imagined when I was still in that courtroom. His right elbow rested on the chair's arm, and he massaged his temple. Kala mo siya yung nag-seizure. I didn't even know na dun yung hearing niya. Are you mad? I asked. He looked super bothered. That's why I called you, to try and to get you out of there. Oo. I'm mad and very frustrated kay Regina. Dahil kahit wala siya at nakakulong siya, ganito pa rin yung nagagawa niya. His brows furrowed. Regina was a trigger as well. I should stop stressing him out kasi mamaya pati siya makonfine pa din. None of that even matters now. Regina, my lost memories, or my seizure attack. Basta magkasama na kami, we can deal with it. I've had enough of Regina today. I shouldn't have brought her up. Love, can you sleep beside me tonight? Nilambing ko siya kahit na alam kong mas magiging comfortable siya sa sofa bed. Feeling ko hindi ko na kayang matulog nang hindi siya katabi. He checked if kasya kami sa hospital bed ko and I'm feeling it well. And if maistorbo siya sa mga nakakakonek sa akin. He opened the lampshade beside me and umurong na ako to make room for him when he turned off the lights. Sikip he finally smiled nung humiga na siya sa tabi ko. I yawned. Kahit na I was out of my consciousness for most of the day, napagod pa rin ako. I nodded and kissed him. Good night. I love you so much. You're my life. Don't ever leave me. He whispered and sleep took me. The following day, nagising ako when the nurse and doctor checked on me. Kian was sitting on the armchair again. Nagkakape while working on some documents. Babe, bakit hindi ka nalang pumasok? I'm not going anywhere. Kaya ko naman. I told him when the doctor left with the nurse. He adjusted my bed so I was sitting up and opened the food tray na nakalapag sa table bedside ng hospital bed. And umirap siya. You can even reach your food. He joked. I'm sure I can. I can ask the nurse to do that. Huwag na. Mamaya gwapo pa yung nurse na magpakain sa'yo. He said monotonously. He's so siloso. Sino siloso ulit? He sat down sa gilid ng kama ko to feed me. Pagkatapos namin magtalo sa pagkain ko, I didn't want to eat anymore and ayaw niya kong painumin ng kape niya. He finally gave up feeding me. Love, he said more seriously than nilapit niya yung armchair sa tabi ng kama ko and he took my hand. I need to tell you something, but promise me you'll try your hardest not to get mad at me. You sold my ring, no? I said accusingly. No, I told you that last night. This is different. I waited. Hindi ko na sinabing kinakabahan ako anticipating what he's going to say. When I learned that you had temporary amnesia from what happened, I asked your parents and friends to leave me out of your memories. What do you mean? They weren't even allowed to say anything to me. Everyone saying that I should remember on your own way. On my own way. I look at him. Trixie, binawi ko lahat ng mga bagay that can make you remember me. I got back everything I gave you. Even the engagement ring. It was intentional, he said quietly. I frowned. So, what he was trying to say was he didn't plan to help me remember him? I had a sinking feeling in my stomach. Why would he do that? So, you didn't want me to remember you. I wasn't even trying not to get mad at him. Why would he even ask me to try not to get mad? Alam naman niyang maiirita ako sa pinagsasasabi niya ngayon. Yes and no. Isang sagot lang, Attorney Romero. It's a yes or no question. Nararamdaman na niyang galit na ako dahil sa tono ng boses ko, and I probably look like I'm ready to throw something at him. He should be glad I can stand up from his hospital bed. Hindi siya nakasagot. It only means na yung sagot niya ay yes. He wanted me to forget about him. I was now more in pain rather than the galit, but I maintained my angry demeanor. So, that was why you pretended you didn't know me in the elevator. And you couldn't admit it nung pumunta ako sa condo mo kung hindi pa ako nag-iiyak doon. You're unbelievable, Kian. I said in disbelief. Babe, I almost lost you because of Regina. I wasn't able to protect you from her. Hindi ko kakayanin if mangyayari ulit yun dahil na naman sa akin. I tried to stay away. I was a threat to you and even your family's safety. I tried to convince them na pumunta na kayo ng Spain just to move on and move away from Regina. Tinaasan ko siya ng kilay. He was smiling to ship me off para lang makalayo kami. Naiiyak na ko because I was so mad. So let me get this straight. You asked me to marry you but you choose to deal with our problems in your own. What kind of marriage do you want us to have, Kian? I know you can't discuss anything with me at that point, pero kilala mo ako. You know what I could give and said to you. Alam mong hindi ako papayag, that I'd rather face Regina 1,000 times kesa mahiwalay sa'yo. Or that didn't matter anymore. Nasasaktan ako dahil it's going against what I could have wanted. Na mas pinili pa niyang magkahiwalay kami. Does he still want to marry me? I don't think I want to know his answer to that. If he was willing to be erased from my memories, ano pa bang isasagot niya kung itatanong ko yun, diba? I was trying to hold in my tears na anytime soon, babagsak na. He knew na mali yung ginawa niya. Never nakipagtaasan ng pride sa akin si Kian. And never siya nag-insist na tama siya, kung alam niyang hindi. I wish he also knew kung gaano kasakit sa akin yung mga ginawa niya, kahit I had no idea what he did. Naputo yung pag-uusap namin when my parents entered the room. They instantly felt the tension between me and Kian. Or more of galing sa akin yung tension kasi Kian just came clean with it by confessing all these things. Ako na lang yung nanggigigil sa ginawa niya. Actually, parang yun din yung nararamdaman ng parents ko, na wrong timing sila sa pagbisita. Nung umalis na sila, my dad took Kian's place sa chair na malapit sa kama ko. May problema ba? It's very rare for my dad to ask me about my problems kasi it was my mom's role, given na 2 babae yung anak nila. My dad was more of the disciplinarian nung lumalaki kami ni Kim. I bit my lower lip. Ayokong umiyak sa harap ng daddy ko. It would only take me back to my grade school days pag nagpapaturo ko sa kanya ng math and science. Those were the only times na umiiyak ako sa harap niya. But hindi ko na natiis. Lumabas na yung luha ko. I think, you know, Dad, he told me yung ginawa niya nung nagka-amnesia ako. Na he wanted to be out of my life to protect me. As if yun lang yung solusyon. We were going to get married for God's sakes tapos ganun lang. Hindi na ako nag-expound kasi sinabi na rin ni Kia na sila yung pinakausapan nitong to leave him out of my memories. So they knew about it. My dad was silent for a while. Alam mo anak, nung nagpunta si Kian sa bahay para hingin yung blessing namin ng mami mo to ask you to marry him, nagulat ako sa sarili ko na pumayag agad ako. Kilala mo naman ako. Hindi ako basa-basa sa mga ganyan. Ayaw ko na nga kayo mag-boyfriend ng kapatid mo kahit college na kayo. But the thing that made me agree so quickly was nakita ko sa kanya kung gaano kanya kamahal. Actually, naramdaman ko sa kanya kung paano kanya tingnan, kung paano kanya napapasaya, at kung paano kanya naaalagaan. Nung una mo siyang pinakilala, pinagmasdan ko siya kung paano siya sayo. He held everything for you. Yung pinto, yung bag, plato, pag-upo, inaalalayan ka niya. Kulang na lang buhatin ka niya para lang hindi ka na makalakad. Kaya sabi ko sa sarili ko, kung meron akong taong pagbibili na ng isa sa mga importanteng tao sa mundo, siya yon. My dad saying all these things was making me cry harder. Inabutan niya ako ng tissue kasi doon ako nagpupunas ng luha sa kumot ko. I'm not exactly defending him, pero as a father and as a husband, ganun din ang gagawin ko. I'll sacrifice my own happiness and my own life if it will protect your mom at kayong dalawa ng kapatid mo. Gagawin ko lahat para doon. And if something happens to any of you, I'll never forgive myself. Alam mo bang hindi pa rin mapapatawad ni Kian yung sarili niya dahil sa nangyari sa'yo? He feels responsible for it. But it's not his fault. And I'm alive. Yes, may mga nakalimutan ako. But I'll never be mad at him for that. I'll never blame him for what happened to me. Nasasaktan at naiinis ako kasi we're supposed to face our problems together. He's blaming himself for what happened to you hanggang ngayon. Trixie, marriage is complicated. Yes, may point ka na dapat harapin niyo yung problema niyo ng dalawa kayo. But try to see it through his eyes then. Tandaan mo, he almost lost you. We all did. We saw how what happened to you also nearly destroyed him. Araw-araw siyang kinakausap ng mami mo to make sure he's not also going to lose himself. He almost did. Kung nasa posisyon ako ni Kian, I would have definitely lost my mind. You can't blame him for being too overprotective since we were only very lucky na nabuhay ka. Did you know that Regina was still using you and us to threaten Kian? Imagine na lang kung gaano siya natakot para sa'yo ng panahong yon. I don't know that. It was something Kian never mentioned when I got back the first part of my memories. Nabasa din ni Dad na hindi ko din alam yon. Dad, ayoko lang din naman na magmukhang wala akong magagawa. I also want to protect him pero sinarili niya lang. After all, marriage should be equal. I should be able to help him as well. Dalawa dapat kami. Now, I understand why si Dad yung nagstay to talk to me. I needed the perspective of a man. A husband specifically. He was the one who understood Kian's the best. Ngayon naman naiyak ako dahil nagalit pa ako kay Kian. My dad was right. I should have seen his side first. Why he left and he felt he needed to stay away from me. Bumalik na din sila Mami at Kian na madaming dalang pagkain. Kian looked at me as he came in carrying all the paper bags of food he knew I had been crying. At hindi ba siya sure kung galit pa ako kaya ako umiyak or hindi na. I look at Kian meaningfully. He can already read everything from my face. Na pwede na yun akong lapitan. He sat down on my bed and faced me. I'm sorry, love. I should have thought about what's the most acceptable decisions for you and for us. You're absolutely right. We should have gone through everything together. I hugged him, or rather sumandal ako sa dibdib niya so he can hug me. He took me in his arms. No, babe. I should be the one saying sorry. I should have listened to your reasons and tried to understand them. Since naging tayo, all you ever did was do the best for me. I should have trusted with you and the reason behind wanting what you did that time. My dad said that Regina was still threatening you all throughout. I wasn't able to stay away. I did blame myself for everything. Okay na tayo, love. I'm sorry din. Kahit nasaktan ako, I'm glad na sinabi ko pa rin sa'yo ang totoo. And I fulfill my promise. Let's promise na pagkasal na tayo, we'll try to do all our major decisions and go through every problems together. I took his hand into mine and he intertwined our fingers. Yes, I promise. He smiled at me and gave me the another kiss.